Hi, everybody. I'd like you to imagine that you are a child and you go to one of your friends, your best friend's birthday party, and everything's going really well. And then they just say, we're going to have some party games. And one of them is hide and seek. And your friend is chosen to be the one that seeks people out. And he or she, they've given like 30 seconds. And you can imagine, they put their hand over their eyes or they stand in the corner and they count one, two, and all of the kids have got to disperse and they run off and they try and find somewhere to hide. And you go off and you find an empty wardrobe in somebody's bedroom, and then you shut the door and you wait there. You wait there quietly. And all of a sudden you hear squeals of joy coming from around the house as your friend goes around and discovers your other friends. And there's like a big, oh, I found you! Ha, ha, ha. It's all fun and games, it's all celebration, but you're still there, waiting to be found. And then you hear, come on, kids, let's have the party food. And you hear them all rush off. And you're waiting and you're waiting and you're waiting for someone to find you. But no one comes. No one comes. And you're waiting. And after 5 minutes, which seems and feels like an hour, you creep out of your little wardrobe, you keep out of your hiding place, and you merge with the other kids as discreetly as possible into the party celebration. But no one sought you out. No one looked with great depth to find you in your hiding place. Not even the parent noticed that you weren't there at the table. Um, and so there's an emptiness. Something happens in you, and I believe it's like a little parasite. And we've talked about parasites in a previous episode about how a pearl is actually formed a parasite is the basis of a pearl, and the layers of calcium carbonate layer over a parasite. But this parasite kind of enters into your soul and whispers some lies into you. Lies like you've got no worth, no one cares about you, everyone will overlook you, stay hidden, stay safe, no one cares. And the child grows up, and there's part of them that actually continues to want to be found, want to be sought out, but it's kind of scared as well. And what's it like to be sought out? To be have someone really want to know you? What's it like to be sought out? Not just in a child's game of hide and seek, but in general. Are you scared of being found? Perhaps if you're found, you may well be rejected because of what you think others might find. But then again, um, if you are found, then perhaps something of beauty and strength might be found and be encouraged to come out. And I believe that one of the ways that God works is like a merchant or a buyer who has this compelling vision, and I love the words compelling vision, to find and discover fine pearls. Before we get on to the merchant story, what is a compelling vision? Look, I have a compelling vision when I write this post and I put it up online, video, podcast, written. I have a vision of it going up there and people reading it and finding some help or reading or watching it like you're doing. Um, and I have a vision of some of the people that I might talk to online and I share stories with. I have a vision of them and how this might connect to their story. I have a vision and it compels me to write in such a way or to video in such a way that really speaks to some of the deep places of the soul. And that this vision, it really pulls me, it allures me, it woos me, as much as a blank canvas has got like a magnetic pull to someone with a paintbrush. As much as a surfer when he sees or she sees these incredibly good waves that they have to get their board and go for it. There is a vision and it's compelling. we must do it. And others may consider this compelling vision absolutely ridiculous. What are you doing that for? That's ridiculous. Why are you doing that? Spending all your time on writing this stuff and putting it out there. But I believe actually that's kind of how God's kingdom works, and it's how great art comes to be. You think of some of the great art that some artists have dedicated their life to. At the moment, I think of the huge cathedral in Barcelona by Gaudi, and it's massive, and it's still being made. But Gaudi had a vision, a compelling vision to go for it and to do it. You see, God's interest, depth of interest in us is not superficial or glib. God is the one who seeks us out, much like a merchant that is searching for a very fine pearl. And I wonder, have you ever been sought out like that? So Jesus tells a story called the parable of the pearl, or the pearl of great price. Again, the kingdom of heaven is like a merchant in search of fine pearls. On finding one of great value, he went out and sold all that he had and bought that pearl. So here is a merchant with a compelling vision of finding beautiful pearls. That is their passion and their call. Now, in Jesus' days, pearls were incredibly rare. You hardly ever see one, but you're known about them. They were very, very valuable. And so for someone to be searching for one, that would be kind of absurd, to be looking for something like that. Why would you be spending your life passion to do that? And even more absurd would be that if you found one, you would sell everything that you have to purchase it. To throw logic aside just for the sake of a little ball of calcium carbonate. But the kingdom of heaven is right side up to our upside down way of thinking. God's way is is the right side up to other people, the world's downside, upside down way of thinking. And one of the greatest gifts you can give someone else is the gift of searching them out, not in like an intrusive way of um, bullying or hard questions, but more with a gentle curiosity about who they are and what's going on underneath. Yes, I believe we all have pearls within us. We also have some parasites. Pearls of wisdom grown from layers and layers of truth laid down over a parasite that has entered us. Perhaps we still have parasites within us, not real ones, but um, uh, things that want to take the life out of us. And perhaps that parasite is still alive and well and needs truth layers to smother out its existence. I truly love when the oyster shell of someone's life kind of opens up a little bit and then the pearls can be seen and enjoyed. And it really takes a commitment to search and find. It takes kind of like a sacrificial generosity to validate the pearl's worth. The pearl, is just a ball of calcium carbonate. But that's all it is until someone says this is beautiful and it has extreme worth, and they want to bring that beauty out to shine and reflect something of what God is like. And the parable of the pearl calls us to seek out hiddenness of others. All right, the parable of the pearl calls us to seek out the hiddenness of others. So, what's it like being sought out? For someone to deeply know you, to have your best interests at heart with no strings attached. There is nothing for them in this desire to go deep. It's a pure, gentle curiosity. It's selfless and sacrificial. You could say that it is sacrificial to the point of crucifixion, but that's how love works. And Jesus said this, no one has greater love than this, to lay down one's life for his friends or one's friends. So I've written a poem. It's called To Be Sought. Into the marketplace he slipped unseen, rummaging through fake beads until he saw me. I don't know why I caught his attention. I'm simply some calcium carbonate laid into a ball. He examined me closely. I don't know what for. His gaze never left my surface. I could see he wanted more. I was a little bit scared by his relentless stare, but it was his compassionate love that calmed my fear. He was searching. I longed to be found, my purpose to be empowered, God's beauty unbound. I was never meant to hide amongst plastic baubles, fake jewellery, fig leaf garden lies. He sold us everything to bring me on display. That's what happens when agape comes to play. Both he and I now seek are the pearls hidden away, hidden under marketplace muck, quietly longing someone to pay. Please pay quiet attention. Give no strings attached love. I want to be loved. I want to be sought. I didn't think I had beauty. I didn't think I had worth until someone like you gave me new birth. Hey, if you found this helpful or you want to talk a bit more about this, email me, barry@turningthepage.co.nz. Leave a comment on the website or wherever you watch this or heard this or read it, or whatever. I'd love to hear comments from my readers and watchers and listeners. They really inspire me to keep the compelling vision alive. And if you come over to the blog and read it more, there's quotes to read, some questions to explore and discover and to think through. But hey, until next time or when we talk next, I pray that you will discover that the little pearls that are in you and that someone will seek them out. And maybe if you're a bit scared of that, maybe seek the little pearls out in someone else. You never know quite what might happen. It might be the most precious thing you've done for another human being. Okay, bye.